Good afternoon, everyone. Today is Friday, April the 1st, 2016. My name is Christian. Today we'll be looking at a couple different charts. I'm going to start off looking at the light crude oil here. This is a 6-month chart. So everyone at Kansas represents 1 day of trading activity. You can see we've had several days to the downside here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And the most important element being that you are actually closing below this little red dotted line right here. This is your longer term, short-term trading tool, if you will. It's your in this case, it's an EMA, right? Exponential moving average 20 period. So when you close below that, that's the end of this move that started back here. When you cross this little bullish pattern here, you have the short term crossing above the 10 period, crossing above the 20 period, turns bullish here. If you're going to be a buyer, you do so at that happens. So at that point in time, you just stay bullish until you start to get a couple different ways you could do it. You could go short term and say as long as we stay above this 10 period moving average, we don't have any close below that, we remain bullish, and that's continued to happen until a certain point in time. And the last element you would look for is when you close below this point right here, this 20 period moving average, because at that point in time, there's no hope of a bounce. Like over here, you had a sell-off, and you could bounce off of that and could have kept this thing going. You see that the other charts, but in this case, that did not happen. And once you have a close below that, I become very cautious. And especially with this particular chart, when you look at the longer-term picture, which we'll do in a moment, you'll see why I'm cautious here and wouldn't be holding this longer term. At least not right now. And here's why. I know the bulls are looking at this saying, okay, let me clean this up. Alright, so I know that we have bulls out there on oil saying, hey, this could be a bottom and we could see a reversal and all this other stuff. That's true. You got this high point here, right? So you come up here, you hit this low, and you come up here and you hit this point. You take that. This is the high point, and you have a new higher high. Now this pullback here could stop at any point in time, reverse course, and keep going higher, at which point you would have a low point here, higher low, high point here, higher high. You just turn into this bullish uptrend. That could happen. It has not happened yet. So at this point in time, we have a bounce off of this here situation you could have traded, and at which point another one may set up, or it may not. It may go really bearish. We don't know. Look at the long-term picture. Okay, this is the long-term chart that I often show you guys in various different markets, and you'll notice in this one you've been, like I said before, anytime you're in the gray shaded area here, you are in a bear market, right? So we fell into that bear market zone here, and we just had this continue to be very, very bearish, continuing this pattern like this. We had a big bounce, and now you could go much lower, keep pressing lower and doing all kinds of various different situations, or you could actually say this is a true bottom. We're going to reverse and turn to a bullish trend. If that's going to happen, something must take place, and that something is this right here. When you get in that gray shaded area, you fall down in there, right? And you keep moving lower until eventually you hit a bottom and you reverse. And you'll notice what happens here is you jump back above, substantially above that 50 period moving average, this little green dotted line right here, okay? You jump above that, and that's the signal that you're starting to change course and move bullish, because a bullish market stays above the 50 period moving average, right? So in that situation, you would move above that, you would start to hold that line, you stay bullish perspective until you start to drop below that, and it becomes threatening that you could be dropping into a bearish situation. You wouldn't get bullish again until you substantially moved above that 50 period moving average again. Here we are, okay? We've broken down, we've come much lower, and let me clean that up a bit. We don't want to get bullish on this chart until we move above this 50 period moving average, okay? So as long as we're not doing that, there's no sense in holding to this pullback is going to be the actual bottom. We don't really know that. So right now, I wouldn't be overly bullish on oil, not until you get a break above that 50 period moving average. That's my take on oil right now. I'm going to share it with you. God bless, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.